Hey guys, Jim Edwards here. Hope you're having a great day. And I need you to get ready for another Funnel Scripts Tips. So, today we're going to be talking about the single biggest roadblock to writing great sales copy yourself. And so, what I really want to talk to you guys about today is the big idea that your sales copy does not have to be perfect right from the start. And so I've got three cool tips for you. So tip number one is creating great copy is actually a process. Okay, it's not an event. It's not some magical thing that just happens. Most people think, if my sales copy doesn't work right from the start, it's a big fat failure. I have people email me sometimes and go, well, I tried this headline and it's not working. And so my answer is, okay, try another headline, another headline, another headline, because nobody's copy is perfect right from the start. I don't care who it is. All right, the great copywriters of all time, their copy is not perfect right from the start. And that process of writing copy starts with the first draft. If you can get the first draft done, then you are on your way to having successful copy. So you basically get the first draft done and then you test. That's how you make your copy better, is by testing, and you've heard me talk about that. And if it doesn't work, you change it. You don't start crying and whining and being a little wuss about it. If it doesn't work, you change it and you try something else. And if that doesn't work, you try something else. So tip number two is that you can't break copy. That's another thing that people think that, once the copy's good enough, don't break it. And I see this a lot where people have copy that's working good enough. And I had a friend of mine one time had a sign over his desk that said the enemy of excellence is good. Meaning once it's working, and it's almost, think of it like a little electronic circuit. So somebody actually puts all the stuff together. They've got their offer, they've got their shopping cart, they've got ClickFunnels all hooked up. Everything's all done. And then it works. The little light bulb comes on. And then I don't want to break it. But once it's working, your objective is to make it work better. So good copy can always become great copy. So you always try to better your best. Good enough is not where you want to be with your sales copy. You always want to try to get better, because every incremental improvement that you make means more money in your pocket. It translates basically into 100% profit when you improve your copy. And if something doesn't work, you just try something else. And you can always go back to the original version. A big mistake I see people making is not keeping good records. So I know this sounds like, oh, I would never do this, but a lot of people do something really stupid, and I'm telling you not to do something stupid. When you change anything on your sales copy, make sure you save the previous versions so that you can always go back to the previous versions. And that's a cool thing about using ClickFunnels, because they help you with that process of saving old versions. So the big thing though is don't ever just overwrite something and not save the old versions, because I do know people who have had sales letters and they were working. They started doing some testing. The test didn't work out the way they wanted to, or they tested wrong, or they did all this stuff, and basically they ended up with a version where they didn't have the original version and they couldn't go back to the old one, and they were screwed. I mean, that's a technical term, by the way. So tip number three, as long as you know there's a market, you will find the right combination of words. And the funny thing is a lot of people think that great sales copy just basically comes down to luck or massive skill. And the truth is that creating copy is very, very predictable. As long as you know there's a market of people who are buying in a particular niche. As long as you know there are actually buyers out there already spending money, then creating your copy is very, very predictable. Just don't ever give up. And a lot of people give up by never even getting started. That's the funny thing. I know this is kind of scary, or you might think this is stupid, but there are a lot of people who buy tools and never use them. I would hazard to guess there are a few people that have bought ClickFunnels that have not set up a funnel yet. And I think that the biggest reason that they haven't done it is because they don't know how to come up with the sales copy, or they're scared that it won't be perfect on the first try. So you just don't ever give up, whether you're in the process of doing it or you're trying to get started. You just keep trying different messages until you find the ones that work. And then when you find one, this is probably the most important thing I'm going to tell you in this entire video, is once you find one that works, then improve it. Do not rest on your laurels, okay? Now, let's press the easy button. Let's hit the easy button, shall we? Let me just demo for you real quick the featured funnel script of today's Funnel Scripts Tips. See how I did that cool? See how I did that cool special effect? Funnel Scripts Tips. So you thought it was some sort of electronic thing. So anyway, let me just show you the featured funnel script today, which is the Killer Headlines version 2.0. And here we are. Yay! And so this is the Killer Headlines version 2.0. And what we're going to do, I'm just going to show you, have an example in here. You just go through and you fill out the form and you click the build button. And now we have hundreds of headlines that you can test. Remember, I said the hardest thing, or I've said it in the past, the hardest draft to come up with is the first draft. Well, now you can have 100 first drafts all done that you can find the ones that you like, and you can either copy them or you can add them to your clip bin here, and you can find as many headlines as you would ever need to test. And then you can go in your clip bin, you can download them as a text file, and you can load them into ClickFunnels and be able to test your headlines to your heart's content. And by the way, that's the first thing you should test, is your the very first thing that you should test is your headlines. So what did we learn today, kids? What we learned is that you need to test. What you need to do is not worry about everything being perfect right from the start. That's what kills people. Get the first thing up there and start testing and making it better, okay? And the big thing with the script that I just showed you, the headline scripts, is that this script makes it simple and easy to write all the headlines you need instantly. And of course, we just did our live demo, so I got my points out of order. Sorry about that. So, if you want to make more sales without struggling to come up with enough sales copy to test, then sign up for Funnel Scripts now. And you can check out the link above. It's funnelscripts.com. And when you go to funnelscripts.com, you can check out the cool free training. So I'm Jim Edwards. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Funnel Scripts Tips. And I'll look forward to seeing you soon. If you got any questions or comments, please do so below. Love to hear from you guys. If you got any questions and suggestions for a future Funnel Scripts Tips, then I'd be excited to hear about it. Everybody have a great day. Go sign up for Funnel Scripts if you haven't already. If you're already a Funnel Scripts subscriber, go use the cool script that I just showed you. Lots of great things on the way. It's a wonderful day to be a Funnel Scripts member. Bye-bye, everybody.